early going. Shea Cotton driving. Rejection by Mamadou Njai of Auburn. Good start for Cliff Ellis's team. Chris Porter, though, taking the pass in the lane. Nice hook off the glass, 15-14 Auburn. But moments later, Cotton driving. Porter falling right into Njai. Njai hurts his knee. He'd leave the game with sprained ligaments and would not return. Meanwhile, Doc Robinson loses it. Bama's Terrence Mead. Mead, miss. Freshman Rod Grizzard slamming it home. Bama up 2 at the break. Grizzard wasn't done. This guy's a freshman, but check out the poise from outside. Alabama up 1. CP would have an answer. We're talking about Chris Porter. Another hook off the glass. 21 points, 12 boards by Porter. Auburn up by 1. And then it's Grizzard rolling now, getting the confidence, drawing the foul. Grizzard, who said coach told him to just shoot the ball. And he does it. Grizzard averaging just 12.6 points a game, but was on it, responding to Coach Gottfried to be a leader. Alabama was up 5 thanks to Grizzard, but Porter would come back again, wheeling in the lane, and again off the glass. Porter, not done. The hook. No glass, but it goes. 21 points for Porter. Auburn within 1. The freshman, Grizzard again, matching CP. The pull-up 3. Bama up 61-57, but Auburn was down 2 when Doc Robinson, hard to the hoop, hits the soft J, gets the foul. Auburn by 1 after the free throw. Robinson with 11 points. Under a minute to play. Grizzard, another 3, his 5th of the game, put Alabama up 2. 30 seconds left. Auburn would get some good looks. Scott Pullman, no good. Didn't fall. The ball out of bounds to Auburn off the inbound. Robinson, this would be for the tie. Not even close. Alabama pulling off the upset. 25 points for Grizzard. The freshman is a hero. Terrence Mead's 2 free throws with 3.8 seconds left sealed it.
16 visitors, 16 losses handed out by an average of 21 points. Tuesday night, Texas made the trip to Ames, a share of first place in the Big 12 Conference on the line. Longhorns, number 15 nationally, home team ranked 18th. In the first half, Texas up by as many as 14, but Marcus Fizer taking over. The steal, and then the big 6'8" fellow running the break. Cyclones within 9. Later, Fizer, he's an assist man to Paul Shirley. Don't call me Shirley, he had 2. Cyclones clawing back. Still in the first. Fizer, big man, steps up. 3 points. He has some range. 18 points in the first half. Time winding down in the first 20. And how about Jamal Tinsley? Thank you. Beats the Horn. Cyclones up 1, 38-37 at the break. Tinsley again beats Michael Nurse. 3 points. He had 20. Cyclones up by 11. Now we watch Ivan Wagner here. His right shoe coming fresh out of his kicks. The question is always where do I leave my shoes? Hey, where did you wear them last? Tinsley, finally some help, throws it to his bench. Well, that's really not exactly help. Ref is right there, gives it to the coach. He has the shoe contract, now he has to shoot. Finishing touches for Fizer, who outplayed Chris Mim and then goes over him. A career-high 35. Iowa State wins it 89-77. 89 points, the most scored against the Horns. Out with mono, and Wake didn't feel so great either. Shane Battier, trailing on the break, hits the 3 at 21 in the first 20 minutes. Duke up 15. Chris Carrawell, the hoop and the cheat, so Duke now up 7 in the first half. Duke still torching the nets. Jason Williams, not that one, but the other one, coast to coast for the layup. Coach K's team shot 62% in the first half and led by 10 at intermission. Second half, Battier taking charge. Baseline flushed me, a career-high 34 points. And you know it's your career night when this happens. You get hacked and you throw it up, and even that straight noise goes in. Duke wins at large, 96-78. Despite losing 4 players in the first round of the NBA draft, the Dukies managed to win their 4th straight ACC crown outright. Only the 63-66 Blue Devils can match that. Freshmen weren't eligible back then, so Chris Carroll, Nate James, only 2 players in league history with 4 rings. Maryland's 5 against Clemson's 5. Who would be better? Stephen Blake kicks off the back door. Throws the long pass to Juan Dixon. You like the bounce pass. The floor is your friend. Second half, very first play. Going up. How about that catch and throw in by Ed Scott? Tigers down by 10. At least a little something for the home team to cheer about. Oh, but Lonnie Baxter, not one, not two, but three swats on Ray Henderson. Ray finally just gives up. 6 blocks for Baxter. Maryland in control, off the Clemson miss. Drew Nichols tosses it out to Dixon, to Terrence. Oh boy, Terrence Morris blows it, but Baxter is there to clean up the flush. He had 25 points, 9 rebounds to go with the 6 blocks. 76-63 in the race for second place.
Campaign. Jeff George, an Illinois alum, don't you know? Midway through the first half, has anyone seen A.J. Guyton? What happened to this guy? Guyton, the Hoosiers, with 13 turnovers in the first half alone. Later in the half, Corey Bradford. Sharing to Sergio McClain. Illini led by 21. Last play of the first half, Bradford was a long-distance monster. 5 of Illinois' 13 trays by Corey. And Bob Knight and his Hoosiers leave the court dejected. Bradford and his 5 threes helping Illinois win its 7th straight. Look at that score. In fact, the Illini have taken 9 of 10 since starting the conference season, 1-3. And what's up with A.J. Guyton? The Hoosiers sniper averaging 21 a game, but had just 3 points against Illinois. Big East, Miami, West Virginia. Miami, well-rounded. Vernon Jennings blocks Tim Lyle's shot. Miami going the other way. Good ball movement, and finishing with Johnny Hemsley feeding Mario Bland. Anything but was Bland. Right there. 2 of his 12. Bland also had 6 boards. Miami up 10 at the break. More Miami, both ends. That's the key. Jennings is a thief. Up ahead to Hemsley. A season-high 20 points for Johnny. Jennings with 5 swipes. 68-50 the final for Miami. Joining us for part 2 of the SportsCenter Showcase, ESPN Radio's and our college hoops analyst, Bobby Valvano. Bobby, you ready?
I'm ready. Let's do it.
Let's go to it is right. There is Jerry Green pumped up about his high-pressure defense played by his Vols. Here comes the Vols D, Bob.
Now watch the trap here. Look at the arrows. Tony Harris and Del Baker trapping the best place on the court to double team. Just on the offensive side of the midcourt line, Harris comes up with the steal, knocks down the long J. It was actually a 2, foot on the line, but still good pressure and a good bucket there.
And that pressure continues. Marvin Stone gets it stolen by Vincent Yarbrough, and then to Harris, who then lobs it to Yarbrough. That's a flush. Vols forced 16 turnovers that led to 21 points. But as time winds down in the first half, Keith Bogans hits the deep 3 ball, keeping the Cats within striking distance. Cats trail by 8 at the break. Harris would take over in the second half. Tony Harris, who scored just 3 points in that disastrous loss to Vandy, exploded for 27. He had 6 3-pointers in this game to take it over. But you know what? Harris did more than that. On the run, the fancy lead for IV, Isaiah Victor, Bob.
Yeah, watch Harris's eyes on this, on the replay. He's looking left like he's going to give it to Yarbrough, but he knows who's behind him, gives it to Victor, and it's not only he knows who's back there, but where to give him the ball, and he can finish it. That's just what Victor does.
Let's face it, Tennessee has skilled players. IV, Isaiah Victor, 22 points for him, and Tennessee would roll to victory. The Volunteers tying a school record with their...
Since he's DeMar Johnson suspended for 1 game. More on that in a moment. Kenyon Martin was all over the place. Kenyon Martin's on the boards. Kenyon Martin's hitting the jumper. Kenyon Martin's on the wing. Kenyon Martin's at the top of the key. We can't stop Kenyon Martin. We can't stop him. Second half, more Martin. He had 24 in the first half. Second half, off the glass. On the turnaround. Gets the roll, and then look out. He's on the loose. At this point, Coach Green can't bear to watch. Martin had a career-high 33 points, hit 13 of 19 from the floor, grabbed 14 boards. Cincy bouncing back after losing Sunday to Temple. The final 95-69. As you saw, Cincy freshman DeMar Johnson did not play, sitting out a 1-game suspension for accepting money from an AAU coach to help pay his tuition last year at a prep school in Maine. Johnson normally wears a headband in support since he's starting 5 wore headbands with Johnson's number 3 on them. Elsewhere, Michigan State, Penn State. The team Cleaves had 10 assists. This one to Morris Peterson. Yes, can for 3. Spartans up by 8 early. Later in the first, Joe Crispin, who had 13 in the first half, 18 for the game, hits the bucket there, but Penn State down by 6 at the half. Second half, here come the Spartans. Peterson on the steal. Cleaves brings it up. Back to Peterson. He led the Spartans with 17. And then later in the second, it's Cleaves for 3. That's good. Cleaves had 11, and Michigan State wins it 79-63. And the Spartans now have won 4 straight. They knocked down 33 of their 59 field goal attempts and guaranteed they would remain in first place ahead of Ohio State, regardless of how the Buckeyes fared against Northwestern.
Speaking of Ohio State, Buckeyes hoping to end a two-game slide at home for Northwestern. Jerry Lucas's all-time Buckeye great had his number retired at the half. Congratulations, Jerry. Scooney Penn, both sides of the ball to steal and lays it up. Penn, 7 points, goes over 1,000 in just 2 seasons at Ohio State. Off the miss, Penn driving and kicking to one of his best friends, Michael Redd. Redd, 25 points, 5 rebounds. Buckeyes up 17. Another bad night for Northwestern. Drayton, desperation 3. Look out. Gets stuck. Kind of says it all for Kevin O'Neill's crew. Wildcats shot just 29% in a 20-point loss. The win keeping the Buckeyes a game out of the top spot in the...
Williams a steal, uncontested lay-in, 20-8, Orangemen. Later in the half, Cuse up 16. Damone Brown causes the steal. Jason Hart throws it back to Brown for the lay-in. Hart at a career-high 14 assists. Syracuse up 46-30 at the half. Second half, Keith Dwaney, another steal. Syracuse 14 steals in the game. Alan Griffin with the jam. All told, Syracuse forces 22 turnovers, and they win a lot to a little, 91-63. The Wildcats' 3-game winning streak is over. This will not help their NCAA tourney hopes, that is for sure. Hart, the career-high 14 assists. Preston Shumpert and Deshaun Williams both came off the bench and scored 15. All told, the Syracuse bench scored 46 points.
Earlier, we showed you Tennessee beating Kentucky. How about more SEC? Florida, Georgia, first half, D.A. Lane. Taking advantage of the turnover to Sean Coleman. Coleman with 8 points. Georgia up 6 early. Second half, Florida just down 1. Mike Miller, double M driving. Nice move. He finished with 25 to Miller. More Florida in transition. Brent Nelson, Justin Hamilton for 2. Florida wins easily, 90-68. What about number 17 LSU against South Carolina? Gamecocks cruising second half. Damian Kinlock hits the J over Stramil Swift. Make that Stramile. Kinlock's only hoop of the game. South Carolina up 13. LSU making a run. Taurus Wright, Swift. 11 points, 11 boards for Swift. LSU within 6. More Tigers. Bright. Off the glass miss, stays with it. Follows up his rebound, and the tip goes. Bright had 17. LSU comes back to win. Vanderbilt against Arkansas. First half, Arkansas off huge. Larry Satchel grabs the offensive board. No one's there. Lays it in. Hogs up 16 at the break. Speaking of the break, Arkansas on the break. And look, you already see the final. Brandon Dean to Brandon Davis. It's a win.
Against Kelvin Sampson and his Oklahoma team. Malone Jr. couldn't handle the pass. Hollis Price, career high 20. Oklahoma up 25-15. Then it's J.R. Raymond. No can for 3. Renzi Stone misses the dunk, but Nolan Johnson, the putback. Oklahoma wins at 93-65. Elsewhere, we have Kansas against Nebraska. Roy Williams' bunch ranked 23rd in the land. Kenny Gregory to Nick Collison underneath for the land. Kansas up by 5. Later in the half, Eric Chenoweth. Nifty work to tip the rebound to himself, and it counts. Kansas wins 83-58. Critical game for North Carolina against Florida State. 1 minute left in the second half. It's a 1-point game. Ed Cota on D. Blocks the shot. Joe Forte leads the break. Jason Capel. The hoop and the harm. North Carolina up 1, 68-67. North Carolina up 3, 10 seconds to go. Ron Hale puts up the 3. Not there. Big win for North Carolina. 70-67 the final. 8 points a game, and Dante Wade, ladies and gentlemen, can do some things. A 3 there. Matt Doherty and his bunch couldn't stop Dante Wade. Moments later, off the rejection, Wade again. He hit a Big East record, 10 3-pointers. Look at this one go up. He scored 38. Friars with the upset, potentially devastating loss for Notre Dame, 89-79. But Wade, 38 points, 10 of 17 from 3-point.
Thursday night. First half, Owls in control by 6. Matt Martin Karcher launching the missiles. Karcher with 11 points. Still, first half, Pepe Sanchez backing in, having his way on Ernest Bremer. Turnaround J for Sanchez, 2 of his 7 points. Later, first half, Quincy Wadley from outside. Game-high 17 points for Quincy. Lynn Greer says, I could do that too. Temple by 15 at the break. The Owls were 8 of 24 from 3-point range. Second half, David Capers goes to drive. Rejected by notorious Kevin Lai. Temple with 10 blocks in the game. Owls putting it away late second half. Sanchez. Sweet pass to Greer. Sanchez, a career-high 13 assists, and Temple has themselves yet another victory. The Owls now 16-1 with Pepe Sanchez in the lineup at the point. So you think Coach Chaney would be happy? No. He had issues with his team's defense and also with Sanchez, who he benched after Pepe picked up a technical with the Owls up 21 with under 7 minutes to go. What a show. What a performance by the freshman guard. Unstoppable from there. Yes, from three-point range. Jacobson, a three from the other side. Jacobson, 7 of 9 from three-point range, 23 points on the night. Stanford getting it from everywhere. 89-52 the final. Stanford shooting 82% in
line. For now, 8 games probably meaning the end for the college career of Crawford. Michigan taking on Purdue without him. And right away, they come off hot. Gavin Groninger there, 19 points. He had 6 for 9 shooting. For Michigan, though, bad news. Again, Brian Cardinal falls into the knee of another freshman of the Wolverines, Lavelle Blanchard. Sprained MCL, out he goes. So in the second half, Purdue on their way back. Brian Cardinal with the steal. Mike Robinson throwing that down, 5 for 7 shooting. He had 17. Purdue within 1. 9.4 left. Purdue up 2. Carson Cunningham misses the free throw. New life? No! They get the board. Boilermakers take this. More time off the clock. Ryan Ellerby. It's a rough one. Purdue takes it 78-75. Wolverines losing a 16-point lead in the first 12 minutes in that second half, but without their top 2 scorers, couldn't hold it, said Michigan's Brandon Smith. Seems like it can't catch a break. Fresno State, the last team to beat Tulsa. That was nearly a month ago. Thursday, the rematch. Courtney Alexander with the steal to Travis DeManby. He was blocked, but goaltending is called, and it's a tie game, 62-62. 2 minutes left, Tulsa up 4. David Shelton backing in, and the foul. Melvin Ely fouls out. Shelton had 17, so Tulsa up by 6. Minute left. Bulldogs down 4. Courtney Alexander nails the 3. Within 1. 35 seconds left. Fresno State still down 1. Alexander knocks that down. He had 25. Fresno State now up by 1 point. Couple of seconds left. Still chance. Tulsa, no. Tulsa, no. And it's over. And again, less than 12 minutes to go. Fresno State trailed by 13. They come back and finish off the regular season sweep.
Throwing up. Well, not literally. The air ball. Earl Watson catches and makes the acrobatic lay-in while losing his shoe. Watson at 18 of his 22 in that first half. Bruins up 7 at the break. Meanwhile, Oregon's full-court press breaking down. Watson dish into the hot hand. That's Jason Capono. Likes the view. Bruins up 12. More from Capono. Watson spots him under the hoop with the alley-oop. Capono all 15 of his points in the second half. That works. Big, big, big win for the UCLA Bruins, 75-69. Bruins snap their 3-game losing skid. The Ducks, they still haven't won at Pauley since 1984. On ESPN2, NC State in a must-win situation against Georgia Tech. Bobby Cremins, his first home game since announcing he's retiring at the end of the year. Sean Fine was just that. Nifty pass to Jason Collier, who kicked the door in. Georgia Tech up 3. Next, Wolfpack possession. What's this? Coach Herb Sendek yelling? Why is he yelling? Here's why. Clifford Crawford, 6-man on the court. He can't get off in time. That's a T on NC State. Let's move ahead. Georgia Tech up 3 closing seconds. Ron Kelly of the Pack. 3-point try that doesn't go. What a huge victory for Georgia Tech, for Bobby Cremins, but more important, NC State, a tough loss. Said Cremins after the win and hearing chants of Bob.
Older brother Chris, you've heard of him. Central Michigan down 10 here. D. Webb for 3. He was 7 for 9 from 3. And he had more still in the first. More that graphic out of there. Weber going through at 27 points at the half. That's not a second half. Weber, some defense here with the strip. Back the other way. They got the feed there. He had 41 points, 16 for 24 from the field. Weber again, the loose ball. Jason Weber to his brother David. He had 51, but Ball State does win 91.